Hey, my name's Damon. I like to drive to precarious spots, park, and talk to a computer in my truck. Um, and today, I wanted to make a video about about writing and why it can be important in your life. A few thoughts. I've talked about this book before, or I did there was like a short about it, and how it'll change writing forever. And I've never really backed up the claim yet, but just thinking about writing as a way to just kind of to get things off. Or I remember Earl Sweatshirt saying that in like his conversation with his mother on the Mocha platform. He said get it off, like he finishes something and then he gets it off, like he gets rid of it, like he gets it out of his life. And I'll be real, like I'll be pretty excited to finish some of the music that I have on my hard drive and just the little things that I've been working on. But as far as why this book is important and how it's changed my writing, I think it's that, like just getting things off. It's been over a decade. Like 2015, I graduated high school, and one of my high school teachers, super awesome lady, I reached out to her and I was like, what was that book? What was that book we used as a textbook? And this is it, Writing Down the Bones, Natalie Goldberg. Writing Down the Bones, Freeing the Writer Within. There's just these little prompts that she has and like thoughts about writing. And like thankfully I had reached out to her. I'd figured out what the book was. I bought it. I'd started reading it already to kind of remember like why it was special. But a few of the things that Natalie Goldberg talks about that I think are important and like help us get to a place of writing and like liberating through creative work and through words. But one, like, the journal doesn't really matter. You just need a pen that kind of keeps up with your thoughts, because the whole point is to put down your thoughts on the page, not to judge them, just get them out. You learn to like trust your thoughts in that way, and you learn to trust the things that are coming out. And I mean, if you really think about it, like as a writer, or one, you're just going around like absorbing life, and if you aren't, like, you know, like look around you, look at the trees, look at the plants, look at the people, look at the cars, look at, you know, like what's in and around you at your work, at your school, in your community. Just think about those interesting things, and you'll start to see them kind of like emerge in your writing as you let things out. There's like a narration going on in your head. So like if you're blocked as a writer, like go deeper and just listen to yourself. I think writer's block is just not trusting yourself. It's not believing in the things that you have to say, or like the things that are like begging to come out of your heart and out of your mind. So there's plenty going on in there. And how this applies to me, my wife and I, we were on this road trip, and like there are a few times that I've made decisions that have changed my life forever, and one of them was it was a dramatic change. After high school, I ended up moving away from my house, kind of living on my own, wanting to become a musician and a writer, and I'm still trying to do that, but just doing it in a very destructive and ambling way. yeah, I made a lot of choices that kind of led me down like the wrong paths, and had to kind of come home and refocus and make decisions about what I wanted to do, and like who I wanted to be going forward. And yeah, she was just asking me about that, and asking me about finding God and changing, and choosing something different. And that opened up like the wildest memories, And I will credit like that conversation to like opening this up in me. But I remember when I sat down to journal, like I was in the hotel, and I had about 20 maybe, and like 20 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour to myself, like broken up between like my wife trying to get me like a hot cocoa, and like my kids kind of like rolling around in bed, but while they're sleeping. But I sat there, and I chose one memory that I remembered from like the train of thoughts that was happening, and I just went with it. And I kept my hand moving, and I trusted the things that I was saying, all the details that I was thinking about to tell that story. And like it was just flooding out of me. Like I wrote probably, what was that journal? I probably wrote, I don't know, 12 pages in here, 15 pages. Just kept going and going and going and going. And like that's in you all the time. Like the complaints about things, like poetic descriptions, your memories. Like we tell stories all the time, and we converse about things, and we have opinions about things. And if anything, the writing kind of teaches you who you are, and what's there, what's important to you, what you want, what you don't like, what you wish you could do better, what you wish you didn't do at all. Like there's so much there. Writing down the bones. Like get your pen, get your notebook, start recording things. Start recording the like the information they have inside you. Like write your story down. It's going to be useful. Yeah, and I want to dive into a different topic, but like I want to save that for another time. But yeah, like it's kind of like an interview. I guess I'll give you the thesis for another video coming soon. But like interviews are amazing because they choose a subject. They have very specific times that they're going to talk about, like maybe an artist's release of an album. These are the particular challenges that we had in the studio, writing this thing. Oh no, it came easy. Like you have a very specific time. You have struggles, challenges, lessons learned, and then applicable principles that come out of that very specific time. So it gives you something that you can work with, And I think that's something that kind of happens naturally with writing or with journaling, or just getting things out. You present a problem. You explain that problem to either yourself or the journal, or maybe whoever you're like writing it for. For me, it's my kids and my wife and myself. And then at the end, you have like this principle. You have these like sentences of clarity. And just in this video, like that sentence of clarity, for example, in this video was that writer's block is not believing in yourself. Writer's block is not trusting the flood that is coming out of you. Like you grab that pen and you start writing and the dam's breaking. Like what's flushing out? Like what are you focusing on? What do you keep coming back to? What's distracting you? It's like a meditation, like follow those thoughts and then come back to what you're trying to say, or what you think you want to say. And let it surprise you, I think it's valuable. like, I don't know, dare I say it, like the kids always talk about like brain rot. Like some things are just, like the stupidest thing ever, but at the same time, like everyone's recording their mortal experience, and they're having like this existential crisis of identity and like where they belong and who they are, and like depending on what they have and what they wear and what job they like, who, like who are we? Like everyone's thinking about that. And what if those reflections, and what if those things that you trusted enough to put down and like deem important actually help someone? They could save someone's life. Like I was writing that the other day. On my Medium page, I put out this article about a song that I wrote. Like, I mean, the song is so cringy, and I was like 16, but it's cliche, but it genuinely, like, it saved someone's life. Because I took a pencil in a spiral notebook, and I wrote out these lyrics about this song called "Don't Let Go." About feeling lost, and but like choosing to continue on. That was like the motivation, I guess, at the time, to like those classic 4-chord acoustic songs that go so hard. And I need to talk about that too. I need to write that down. But yeah, these songs, the music, the poetry, the reflections, the essays, I don't know, like it all changes your perspective, and it offers you something new to consider. And maybe that like new bit of information is gonna change your life, or change someone else's life. Einstein has this quote that like nothing new. I can't dumb it down enough, but like nothing new can come from the mind that created itself. In other words, like we need new information to change the mind that we now possess, to be able to process something new or to consider something new. Like we're trapped in our thoughts until we feel something new, question things, seek new perspectives. Like we can't develop without perspective. So put down your writing. Like I'm a believer in like the weird little details. I think context is a bunch of hogwash, like writers like, oh, I'm writing too much about this or that, and yeah, sometimes you're putting like way too much description down, but like narrow your focus and like write what you're actually talking about, like if all the details are necessary, but like the details are what make up who you are. I'm gonna go to work, so I have this splattered in paint pair of pants and sweatshirt, and like my Mac Miller hat that I painted in too many times, and like it makes me sad, but it's covered in paint. But like those details, like what does that say about me? Like those details help paint a picture. They help create like a setting. They help you maybe relate to me if I was a character in a story, in a narrative, like being described by a speaker. Like maybe someone that looks like me, or is going to go to work like me, or like works with their hands, or is a craftsman or whatever, like those details are important. Context is everything. And I've been kind of dabbling with that in a story. Like I don't think details are wasted. Or I'll probably like go deeper into this, but like a book like The Road by Cormac McCarthy, he paints this world of a father and son like going through like this apocalyptic scene, but it's just random bursts of like memories and details, and like that's what you have. They're like obviously they follow like a narrative. I think like they follow like this journey, but it's those random details that make that picture. So like going back to Natalie Goldberg, follow the flow of your mind, trust in the details that that are being presented to you. And as she writes in the book, like, sometimes it doesn't come all at once, and you have to, like, it takes you a while on, like, different avenues to come to it, to come to the story, to come to you're talking about, to come to those applicable principles. So yeah, like, you know, give it a try. Cop the book. Natalie Goldberg. She's quite the gal. Who knows? Maybe this will change your life. I hope this video finds you. You know. So, anyways, thank you for listening to my spiel. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. And hopefully, if you listen for 16 minutes to a guy with 3 followers on YouTube, like, I'm offering you something or encouraged you enough to start writing. Grab the envelope, grab a napkin, grab whatever you have, and start writing your story. If you like to type it out. Just get something down and, like, trust the story you're gonna tell and what it'll tell you. So, anyways, have a good day, guys. Check out the book, Writing on the Bones. Appreciate you.